Alright, I left you off in the last video. We were looking right here, and I said it would be a good place to export it for import into Bamboo Studio, but we've forgotten one point. We need to ensure that our text is actually cut out of our main object. So if we start turning these guys off, we can see that it's not actually cut into our primary object, or our stand. So we're going to have to do this Boolean operation again. We'll do this combine, and we're going to combine our target body, which is the stand, and our tool bodies being each member of that text group. Again, we want to cut and keep our tools and click OK. And now we can deselect this text and we can see, look at there, it's actually cut out of that object. So this is perfect. This is ready to be exported to be 3D printed. So how we do that is we go up here to the top. We will right click, save as mesh, click OK here. We have our primary, the primary root of our tree, of our object tree. I guess that's what Fusion 360 calls it. And that's by this object up here in the browser. We'll see if I can't turn the highlighter on here. That's this primary object in the tree, the main one in the root. That's the object we're exporting, so everything that's visible here will it be exported. And we'll just name this guy Obsidian Stand. And I think I already have one there, so we will have to replace this guy. So yep, we will click replace. Let's open up Bamboo Studio. We'll open up a new project. And we will open this project, open Obsidian Stand. And we will click OK. No, we do not want to scale to millimeters. It's making an assumption based on how small the text is, but we know for a fact we are developing in millimeters here in Fusion 360. So, no. And this here, yes, since we have multiple bodies, but one object that we would like to print, let's load it as a single part. And here we go. So we can select our stand. We could choose the color of the stand to be black, and there's our text that stands out as a obsidian. And there's the object that we have created, ready to be printed. This is not the most optimized, as I said earlier, for 3D prints. Something we could do is lower obsidian down here to closer to the print bed to lower the overall height of our flush tower. That'll prevent excess waste of, other materials, things like that. If we take a look at slicing plate, we can kind of take a look here, and yeah, it looks like there's ample room for this text to show up in a real world situation. It looks like this is going to show up and print just fine. But always when you develop a custom object like this, you want to at least bring it in and slice it and take a look and make sure there's at least some room here, right? Like you can see the tool paths. And so from this little preview, we could make a safe assumption that the text here is going to show up clear. One of the problems we may have is there's no connecting line on this top layer between the eye. So we might want to refine that in some way, shape, form, or fashion, right? With extrusion lengths, gap lengths, things like that. Those are advanced slicer settings. We could get into those into a different video, but the simplest solution would be to make this text just a little bit larger. A little bit larger would probably make this a solid line. In each one of these lines, your printer nozzle is 0.4 millimeters, so you would want this to be greater than 0.4 millimeters. So there you go. That's a slight tutorial, or a little tutorial here on how to add text or create an object in Fusion 360 and import it into Bamboo.